Hey, happy Thursday. What an exciting day. I swear, I am now camped out in this parking lot for at least the next 2 hours. Um, I think I had this sweater on the other day. Let me tell you though, you caught me like in a weird laundry cycle. You ever do that? You'll do laundry in the middle of the week or whatever, and you just end up wearing again what you wore earlier in the week because it was on the top of the basket of clean clothes. That's the deal with this sweater. I washed it and I still had it in the basket, and I was putting away laundry, and I decided just to wear it today. So I was putting away my laundry and I just left it out. So that way I don't have to put it back in the closet. I can just put it on in the morning. So that's what I did. So I'm wearing it again. I'm wearing it with a different necklace though, because I'm not making a video where I have to worry about a microphone hitting my necklace. So I can wear whatever I like. Now I'm waiting in this parking lot because I had to take a friend of mine to have a colonoscopy done this morning. And so as the driver, because if you've ever had one, you have to have somebody take you home because the stuff they give you leaves you kind of messed up for a while. Like you can't drive. So I'm here to take them home after the procedure. So I actually had to have one when I was 31 because I had developed cystic colitis, and my gastroenterologist, the one I went to see, was a little concerned and wanted to make sure there were no other issues. So I had to have a colonoscopy done. It's not that bad. People make it sound like it's just the most horrible thing. It's really not. The preparation is, it's not fun. It's inconvenient, but it wasn't. It's kind of like, honestly, just my opinion, it's kind of like how, some women go on about how the annual pelvic exam is just the worst thing ever. Maybe I just have different experiences from other people. It's uncomfortable, but it's over pretty quickly. It's not that big of a deal, you know. I don't know. I guess just in comparison to other tragedies and tribulations and trials in life, it's not that bad. Um, I don't recommend it for your next vacation idea, but it's not that big of a deal. But anyway, so I'm the driver and I can't go anywhere. I have to just sit in the parking lot. So I still have that book here. I got it at Barnes and Noble. Shit, was that just yesterday? My God. Yes, my sweater is clean. I just washed it. I did. I got North Carolina Murder and Mayhem. And I can't decide in videos if I want to just read this to you or if I want to read it and then just do like a storyteller thing where I tell you about it. But the way it's written, it's actually really engaging to sit and read it. It's almost written like short stories. So I'm thinking I would just read it to you. It looks really interesting. I haven't read a whole lot of it though. I brought my story. I brought He left something in the car. Well, anyway, I brought my story. I'm going to work on that a little bit. I even packed a lunch. I have my lunch box in the trunk. I'm like a Boy Scout, man. I'm prepared for everything. I brought my lunch. I brought something to drink. And I brought this book, which is really good. And I've been trying to read this book forever. And it's really interesting. It's just that I have learned I cannot just sit down and read anymore. I don't know how to relax very well. I cannot just sit in this car. That's why I had to bring a bunch of stuff. This is really good though. It's called In Order to Live: A North Korean Girl's Journey to Freedom by Yeonmi Park. It's oh my God, it's heartbreaking just what I've read so far, what she has been through. Oh my God, just to get away from North Korea and make it to a better life. It's just, she's been through a lot just in what I've read so far. Um, so I'm going to work on my story a little bit, and I'm going to just hang out. So I can't go anywhere, so I might as well. Um, yeah, it's Thursday. It feels like a Friday for some reason. It feels like it should be Friday. The trees around here are blooming. The little baby leaves are starting to come out. There's pollen absolutely freaking everywhere. My car is coated in it. Lord have mercy. You wash it and the next day it's yellow again. Lord, wait till the pine trees get to going. That's when it's really bad. Ugh. But I was thinking about, I woke up from a coughing fit about 5 o'clock this morning, and I woke up thinking about narcissists. I must have been dreaming something. I don't know. And I thought about this YouTuber that I have watched, Angie Atkinson. She has made a lot of videos about narcissists. Um, and they're really interesting. They're very informative, and she describes narcissists in an interesting way, and I think it fits them perfectly. Um, if you've ever had someone in your life who is difficult to deal with, and you can't quite put your finger on why, and their behavior just makes no sense, and you haven't read anything or watched any videos on narcissistic personality disorder, it may answer a lot of questions for you. I know it did for me. I had a significant person in my life that I was constantly just having problems with. Like I could just not get along with this. And we were just doing this right here all the time. And I feel like I'm pretty easygoing. Like I get along with most people, no problem. But this one person, like I don't know. I keep hitting a brick wall with this person. And their behaviors and the things they would do and say just made no sense to me. But once I started reading about NPD and learning about people with narcissistic traits, it all made sense. It was like, oh my God. And once you start learning about it, their behavior starts to make more sense, and you can start learning how to deal with them more effectively, because you cannot deal with them like normal people. You really can't. They don't think like normal people. They don't relate to others like normal people. They just don't. They have no sense of self, and in a way they sort of have arrested development. And if you notice, a lot of what they do is actually very childish. A lot of the things they do and say it's sort of like something an 8-year-old would do or say. It's like they're an 8-year-old in an adult's body. But once you start learning about them, you can really start focusing on better ways to deal with them, or not deal with them, as the case may be. Sometimes the best thing you can do is just get away from them if you can, because they're not going to change. But one thing Angie Atkinson said, and there are a lot of wonderful channels that talk about narcissism. Dr. Les Carter is a great person. I think his channel is Surviving Narcissism or Understanding Narcissism. I can't remember. It's Dr. Carter, though. He's great. He's great. He has a wonderful way of explaining things in a way that just makes good sense and is easy to understand. He can take complex concepts and explain them in really easy to understand ways. And I like his dog. He has this dog named Gus that you see in some of his videos. Usually the dog's asleep. But one thing Angie Atkinson said, and I don't know why I woke up thinking about this, but I decided then, like, I want to talk to them about that. I want to explain that to them. First of all, this is not meant to replace therapy. This is not an expert opinion. It's not medical advice. It's just for entertainment purposes, blah, blah, blah. But I'll tell you, I have a 4-year degree in psychology, and I don't remember ever learning we didn't go over any of this in any of the classes I took in my 4 years studying psychology. This is something I never learned. But I think it's one of the most important things, because quite frankly, I think narcissism is just a freaking pandemic. I mean, I do. I think it's just reached epidemic proportions. Like, it is just horrible how many people are like this now. And if you've ever dealt with a malignant narcissist, dear God, oh, they're horrible. They're horrible people. They take great pleasure in just ruining the lives of other people. But, okay, so one thing Angie Atkinson said, and I thought this was a perfect description. If you talk about narcissists and how they love other people, do they have the capacity to love another person? And she said, well, typically, if you're looking at a narcissist, they will love you like you would love a cell phone. You know, when you first get it, you take it out of the box, and it's all new and shiny and fast, and it has all these new features, and it's way better than that old phone I had. This new one is great. And they will love bomb you in the beginning. You are the best thing that's ever happened to them. Oh, why couldn't you have come into my life sooner? Oh, I just know that we're soulmates. And you know, you will find that the relationship moves very fast, and they are just bombing you with, you know, gifts and compliments and flattery. You will think it's the best relationship you've ever been in your life. Oh, where has this person been all my life? Oh my goodness, you will just be on cloud 9. But over time, you know, the phone slows down, may get a crack in it, you know. It may have a little glitch here and there, and then you don't love it so much. Like, I mean, yeah, it's fine, but you start looking around at newer phones, like, but that phone's got this feature, and mine doesn't do that. And phone's looking pretty good over there. And that's when they start to devalue you. You know, they at first they see you as this perfect human being who will solve all of their problems, fill that black hole in their soul that just cannot be filled. You can't fill it. If you are with one of these people and you think you can save them or change them, you can't. You can't. Just listen to me. Do not waste years of your life trying to save one of these people, because you can't. They are a black hole and they will suck all of the life out of you and then chew you up, spit you out, and move on to somebody else. Unless you discard them first, which is what I did. Discard them and get the hell away from them, because they will ruin your life. That's a little aside, but I have to say that. There's somebody out there that needs to hear that. If you are with someone and if you know you are a codependent and you are with someone and you think you can save them from themselves, you can't. You can't save them. And not only that, they don't want to be saved. They have no interest in that. They may say they do, but they don't. They will suck the life out of you and leave you just a hollowed out husk of a person. Don't wait around for them to do that. So you're in the devalue stage. There are 4 stages when you are in a relationship with a narcissist, whether it's a romantic relationship or friendship, whatever. There are 4 stages. Love bombing stage, which is the beginning. You're the new cell phone and they've just acquired you. Oh, you're the best thing ever. They tell everyone how awesome you are. They're showing you off to everyone. You're the best thing that ever happened to me. You're so wonderful. And men and women can be narcissistic. You can get this from either or. You're the best thing ever. But then over time, they start to notice that you're a human being and you're not perfect and you have flaws and there are little things about you that they don't like. Well, this pisses them off, frankly. It pisses them off that you're not perfect. Damn it, why are you not perfect? You were supposed to be the answer to all my problems. And then they start to focus on your flaw, what they see as flaws. Well, you know, you're not perfect anymore. And then you have the discard. And they may go out right back out and get a brand new phone the next day. They might have already had a brand new phone that you didn't know about. And then you find out later. Yeah, you might have had a sneaking suspicion there was a new phone somewhere in their possession, but you couldn't prove it. So you didn't know for sure, but then later you may find out, yeah, they had a new phone before they discarded you. Yeah. So then they discard you. And that's how a narcissist feels about people. I don't think they have the capacity to love, and that's just my opinion. I don't think they have the capacity to love like a normal adult. I don't think they do. That was short-circuited in them in childhood. I think narcissism, in my opinion, it's nature and nurture. Because I think you need both. You need someone with a predisposition to be narcissistic to grow up in the right circumstances to become narcissistic. I don't think you can just have one or the other. I think you have to have a little bit of both to grow a narcissist. And if you have a child who grew up being really neglected, or maybe they went back and forth between being neglected and being praised, or they were just praised all the time like the second coming of Christ or something, like they were the best thing ever, so they go out in the world very entitled, feeling entitled to constant praise. Yeah, there are different environments, I think, that can produce a narcissist if they have that tendency. And then there's the 4th stage, the hoover. The hoover, like the vacuum. They will try to suck you back in. I was hoovered once, but only once, and I knew I had messed up. Because they tell you everything you want to hear. Like maybe they got this new phone, but it was not everything they thought it was going to be. Yeah, and I learned right away that this phone was no good. I want my old phone back. You know, that one, now that I think about it, actually wasn't that bad. I'm gonna go get the old phone out of the drawer and see if I can power it up and get it working again. So they'll come back around with the same old flattery. They'll tell you things you always wanted to hear, but they never bothered to tell you when you were in a relationship with them. But now they are very open with all the affection and the words and the lovely things that you wanted to hear them say. Oh, they're saying all of them now. Oh, we're going to go on that vacation you wanted to go on, and I know you always wanted to have a baby. We'll do that. You know, we can get married. We can get remarried, whatever. You know, we're going to do this big thing that you always wanted to do. It's called future faking. It's not real. They don't mean it. They are telling you all those things because they want you to take them back. And as soon as they have you right back, you're going to start the process all over again. That's your love bomb again. It's going to be a devalue. It's going to be a discard. And you're going to go around and around and around until you get tired of it and get off that damn merry-go-round, because it's never going to change. And every time you go through a cycle with them, you're going to spend more time in the devaluation and discard phase. You're going to spend more time in the negative part of that cycle the longer you're with them. You won't get anywhere near the amount of love bombing that you got initially. And like a junkie, you are chasing that initial high. You want to get back to that initial rush that you had with them. You'll never get back there because it wasn't real. It was all fake. These people are fake. It's acting. It's all acting. They're doing and saying what they need to do and say to get you where they want you. They don't love you. They don't care about you. Do they ever honestly listen to you if you ever have anything to say? Or do they just ignore you? My ex-narcissist, whenever I tried to talk about my day, now this person would go on and on and on for an hour or more about their day. But if I tried to talk for 2 minutes about something that happened in my day, I would get this right here. Oh no, go on. It's very interesting. That's what I would get. Like, you want to wrap it up, or how much more is there to this story? Because I got things to do. You know, they don't care. They don't care. And it makes me think of it because when I had to have my colonoscopy done, this person, because the doctor was concerned there might be cancer because of some of the problems I was having. And he said, there is a possibility there could be cancer. That's one of the reasons why I want to do it. And when I told this person after the procedure was over, oh, there's no cancer, they're like, oh, cool. They didn't care. They did not care because I told them beforehand. I was trying to tell them everything the doctor was saying. And I got that. Oh, wow, that's interesting. Anyway, like, I just told you that the doctor said I could have colon cancer. Yeah, whatever. So then it was all over and they're like, oh, cool, yay. And what else? Is that it? So how much did that cost? How much was that colonoscopy? Damn. Sounds like a waste of money to me. But they took you for a ride. They know a sucker when they see one. Yeah. But this was more of a malignant narcissist, I would say. More vicious than some. I mean, there are different types of narcissists. And that's the cool thing about all the videos on YouTube. You can learn about all the different types of narcissism. Fascinating. And I think it applies to a lot of people. But yes, if you have a narcissist in your life and you think they love you like a cell phone. And eventually there will be a newer, shinier cell phone out there that they're going to be looking at. And you're not going to look so good anymore. And they will probably let you know that in their own way. They will let you know, yeah, you're not as great as you used to be. Don't waste your time with people like that. I would rather just be single the rest of my life than to spend one more minute in the presence of one of these people. I would rather be single forever than to ever have to deal with them ever again. And don't, because they won't change. You're not going to change them. You're not going to save them. They're not going to have some epiphany one day and realize how awesome you are, which you are. You are awesome. They're never going to see that. They're never going to appreciate that about you. You are a tool to them. Their relationship with you is transactional. As long as they can get something from you, whether it's money or status or, you cook and clean for them, you take their bullshit every day, whatever it is they get from you, as long as they're getting that from you, they'll keep you around. But I promise you, if somebody else comes along and they look like they could do it too, they're going to go after the other person. They will drop you for a new cell phone in a heartbeat. They have no loyalty. They have no devotion to you because they don't love you. They love you like you love a cell phone. You're great until you're not. So I'm just here today because I don't know. I woke up thinking about it and I thought somebody needs to hear that. There is somebody out there who needs to hear it. I needed to hear it, but you have to be in the right frame of mind. There were times in my relationship where if I'd heard that, I would be thinking, man, that must suck. I would feel really bad for people like that, not realizing I was literally in that situation. So you have to be at the right frame of mind. So I'm hoping that you come upon this video at the right time, where you can really hear it and take it in and apply it to yourself and not just think, oh, those poor people who deal with that. Don't spend your time with somebody who treats you like garbage, whether they're a narcissist or not. Don't spend your time with someone who does not appreciate you. Don't spend your time with someone who is disrespectful to you or your friends or your family or anyone in your life. You deserve better than that. You don't deserve to be with somebody like that. You deserve better than that. And I hope you can see that and understand you don't deserve to be treated like garbage, because you wouldn't do you do it to them? Would you treat them? Would you treat them the way they treat you? Would you treat anyone the way they treat you? No? Then you shouldn't put up with it either. Okay, I'm going to get to work on my story. I hope that you are having a fantastic day, and I will see you later. Bye.